So thank you all, first of all, Shilpaji, for letting me speak and share my experience. You've been a wonderful hostess and moderator. I'm from America. I live in New York City. I'm an author and a humanitarian photographer. I also run a nonprofit, an NGO that works on gender equality. And for my journey, and I know some of you have expressed thoughts or concerns about this, at the very beginning of the pandemic, I started learning astrology, Vedic astrology online. And like Gurudev mentioned earlier, you know, astrology is a really hard topic to understand. It's really vast, and you know, to be a practitioner or even a professional on it, it takes a lot of study. But you know, I was learning the basics, and it made me happy enough. And then my friend in the class introduced me to Gurudev. Dr. Hitesh Guruji, all of his disciples, we all call him Gurudev for our love for him. But so when I met him, my life changed 80 degrees, just completely different. Mostly because of all of the learnings and teachings and wisdom that he shared about what a spiritual journey looks like. And so numerology, when that course came up, that was just another opportunity to expand my learning and my wisdom. And I didn't know anything about numerology. You know, I knew a little bit about astrology, like I mentioned, but not one single thought about what numerology could be and what it could give or anything. So for all of you who wonder, you know, how much information you need to have prior knowledge, or if even a 10-year-old can learn it, there's no doubt about that. And especially for someone like Gurudev mentioned, does not understand Hindi very well, it's okay. Don't worry about it. If you're just an English speaker, you will understand everything simply from the post, and any questions that you have, you know, Gurudev will happily expand upon. But for me, just like Radhika ji mentioned and Namrita ji mentioned about how, you know, it helped them increase their business, for me, it was an immediate change, like Shilpa ji mentioned, where I had the opportunity to pitch for a new client. And I would normally give my quote that I would normally give on a project like that, but it had a bunch of zeros. As we've learned, zeros are not very good in certain situations. And so I used the wisdom and the learning that we got from numerology specifically to me and what would match with my destiny number. And I pitched for that new client. And I changed even the way I pitched to them to see if I can increase my chances of getting the project. And it was a 3-part project. And when I sent it off, the client came back to me saying that not only did they want me to do the 3-part, but they added more parts to it. So I got the project, and it was bigger than I even expected. So immediately my income had increased so much. And there's so many different ways that, you know, that helps everyone with their individual kind of career options and stuff. The other part of numerology that we haven't really talked about, it also helps us understand ourselves. You know, so the big number for me is 5. And as Gurudev mentioned, it's attached to Mercury, it's attached to green. It's also attached to intellect and wisdom and wit. And about a week ago, I think it was, Gurudev mentioned that my intelligence is what's helping me on my spiritual journey. And as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, the number 5, and 5 is a big number for me. And then that's why 5 was such an important number, not just for me professionally, but also in my spiritual journey. And so that's what numerology can do. It can give you not just insights in your material world, like out around here, but also in understanding your spiritual journey and the world around you. And I'm just eternally grateful to Gurudev for helping me on this journey. Thank you.